all my funky junk friends. How is everybody today? How we doing? You guys having a good day? Here on YouTube today. That's fun. So I'm sending out a text because I got to talking to my family and forgot live on YouTube. So I thought I would send a message real quick to all my friends, and that's running across the bottom there. If you are interested in joining my texting service so that you can get text, usually not at the last minute, but today it's at the last minute. If you wanted to, join my texting service, there we go. So got that on there. Now I'm going to run over to YouTube on my phone so that I can check messages. I would love it, you guys, if when you got on here, you granted StreamYard permission so that I can see what your comments and stuff are. Right now, it doesn't look like we have very many people on, but that's okay because there's always the replay. Always the replay. And I can't seem to find YouTube. Ding dong, ding dong. There we go. All right, let's mute that. And right here we go. Let's see if we are where I think we're supposed to be. I think we are. There we go. Now let's turn the volume down. That way I can see everything that's going on. Woohoo! We did it. We did it. All right, you guys. Today I am on YouTube with the Crafty Creators community. And I want to thank, up in the description of this video, it gives you a link to that page. There's a page on Facebook. There's also a page on YouTube where our videos and stuff are shared into, all that kind of fun stuff. I want to thank Tammy, Kristy, and Michelle. Tammy from Crafty Pete's, Kristy's Crafty College in Design and Vine. Up after me will be Tammy, and she is sharing the spotlight right after me with Indy Annie Jones. So that's going to be fun. That'll be the first time I've seen her, so that's going to be kind of awesome to watch. I think it's going to be cool. So I just wanted to let you guys know all about that. So what I'm going to do is, hey, Sydney, how are you? I made it over here again. So I am going to, it's all about fall. I paid attention this time. Last time I was on YouTube, I didn't pay attention to the theme. I was just so excited to go live on YouTube. Hello, you're one of Crafty Peeps, sweet peeps. Well, welcome, Phyllis. I love that you're here. I love it. So I paid attention this time, and it's about fall. Last time I wasn't paying attention. It was supposed to be a thrift thing, and I didn't do a thrift thing. I didn't even look. I was just so excited. So we're going to do this cute little sign right here. It says, oh my gourd. I absolutely love it. And yes, I cut it out on my, I'm doing pretty good, Sydney. I'm going to cut it out, or I did cut it out on my laser, and it will go up on the website as soon as I'm done with the live. Because if you're new here, I like to have a finished project because, sometimes you like look at that and you're like, oh, I don't really know what I would like that. So I like to put a finished project on. So I thought it would be something cute and something fun for us to do. So here's the colors that I think I'm going to use. We're going to do some orange. And if you notice this backing, I lasered in some shiplap lines, okay? So what I thought we would do is we do some orange and distress it a little bit with some white on top so it's not like orange. And then I thought we could do this part in this beautiful, it's like green sea, like a seam foam green, because I have this cool ribbon right here. The ribbon I got from Heart's Desire. She has a Facebook page. She also has a YouTube. It's Lisa from Heart's Desire. She sells ribbon by the yard. So you don't have to go buy a whole big roll. So, which is nice because, there's 50 yards on here. What am I going to do with 50 yards of this? But it was such a beautiful green. So I went ahead and got Sam's Club. Sam's Club got their Christmas ribbon out. But these kind of go together. And I thought we could make just a fun little sloppy little bow to put up there on top. Hello, Luann. How are you? And that's what I think we'll do. So is everybody having a great, it's Wednesday. So what is that? Hump day? It's hump day. It's hump day. We all love hump day, right? The middle of the week. Now listen to that. Okay? That's apple barrel paint. that is super runny, you guys. It's thin. Now you listen to this. This is a folk art. You can't hear it quite as much. Chalk paint, it's not, you don't hear it. Now when you're stenciling, which I love stenciling, and I'm not stenciling here, so I don't know why I even brought it up, but you want a thicker paint. But I could take this paint and I could mix it with chalk paint and make it just a little bit thicker. It will change the color a little bit, but it would end up being a little bit thicker. But anyway, I don't know. I just went right into my stenciling thing because you guys know I love stenciling. I do a whole lot of it. We're not stenciling tonight, but there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put some orange on here, and then I'm going to go over the top. I'm going to dry brush some white on it just to stress it up a little bit. And no, I haven't bought any more makeup wedges. I have not been to the store, you guys. I ran to the grocery store the other day, and I stood at Kroger's, and this is the truth. One of the girls said, oh, we need shampoo. So we walked over to that area at the grocery store, and I know you overpay for that stuff at the grocery stores. You should wait and get it at Meijer's or whatever. But we were there, and I stood over there with all the makeup and all that stuff going. There was something over here I needed. And I really don't wear makeup. So hello, Charlene. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I wear, basically, I wear eyeliner and mascara. That's it. So I'm standing over there at the makeup thing and going, there was something over here I wanted to get, but for the life of me, I could not remember what it was. And then I was doing a project the other day, and it was like, oh, yeah, that's what I needed. I needed to get some more makeup wedges so that we could do some painting. I knew it wasn't really makeup that I needed. I knew it was, something to do with crafting, of course. I've got little paint boogers in here. I'm going to just flip them off right there. They'll probably be coming from my, because I'm using out of the lid, because I didn't need a whole lot, and my paint is about gone, or it's not about gone. It's down there a little ways, and I didn't really want to stick my brush in there, and I didn't really want to pour it out. So I was hoping that I had enough right here in the lid, and it looks like I do, but I'm getting paint boogers. So a lot of times it's just from dried paint, where the lid's not completely closed or whatever. But see that? That just went right on there. And what's cool about the cutouts is when you engrave like that, if you look, let's sit that right over there. You can still see the shiplap lines. Now, if I don't make a list on my phone, then it doesn't have, I know we make paper lists actually. And my problem is I should do that on my phone. You're absolutely right, Luann. But what my problem is my craft room is upstairs. Well, just like we call it an age thing, but I think it's just an attention deficit type thing. By the time I get downstairs, I don't remember what it was I needed. It took me like a week to get more paper towels up here, and we have paper towels down in the garage. I don't know, crazy. So anyway, see, you could still see the shiplap through there. Now, I could take some black paint and make the lines on here if I wanted to, or I could leave it. We'll decide here in a minute, because I may want to mark those. We could also use, what's awesome to use with these cutouts is your Posca pens. Now, I have some Posca pens here, but I also like this Graffiti brand. They're a lot cheaper on Amazon. And they work, to be honest, they work just as well as the Posca, I have found. Some, oh, yes. Yeah, make sure you hit the thumbs up on here. You guys, this is all new for me. New. And I'm going to start doing better about coming onto YouTube, because I think that's, I need to be doing that. I need to be, branching out a little bit. So we got just over 6,000 followers on Facebook. So I think it's time. I'm not going to not do stuff on Facebook. That's not what I mean at all. What I mean is I think it's time to branch out a little bit, and do stuff. I make a list on top of lists, and don't we all do silly stuff like that? You guys, thank you so much for giving StreamYard permission so I can read your comments right there. So I don't have to look at my phone. I have a private Cricut group, and those ladies don't want to give StreamYard permission, and I have to go back and forth constantly when I'm doing stuff. But that's okay. I'm not mad about it. That's okay. Now for this part, because this is so thin, and even though I'm going to dry brush over it, I'm still going to use what I have left as far as, I'm going to just use this little guy. Actually, I'm going to use a little bit bigger one. And, you know, these silly little pouncers, they work too. They work too. So I'm going to use this just so I don't get green along the edges. And it's going to go cling, cling, cling. And I apologize for that. You know, because it's wood and it's not completely flat. You know, you can't get stuff completely flat. But I thought this seafoam green was beautiful, you know, and it seems like for fall this year, and last year too a little bit, any color's game for fall. It doesn't have to be your normal yellows and browns and oranges and stuff like that. It's any color. And I absolutely love the navy blue with the orange. Oh, that looks so pretty. I'm taking a bow class this week to learn to make bows. Now, I'm going to just make a sloppy bow today. And the reason I'm going to make a sloppy bow today is because the bow maker that I actually have is tomorrow on the, I think it's tomorrow. It might have been earlier today. It might have been earlier today when I was sleeping. I work third shift, so I sleep during the day. And I think it was earlier today, so I haven't learned the right way to use it. So I'm just going to make the good old sloppy bow like I normally do and put on here. But I may end up changing it and doing a fancy bow because I'm taking this. It's a class that's this week. If you want information on it, message me and I will get you guys some information if you're interested in learning how to make bows, because we're having a fun time over there. And what's cool about the bow making class is she makes it easy. She makes it simple and not so scary, you know, because you look at all the bow makers and stuff that are out there and you see all these beautiful bows that people make. And she's going to show us how to do them by hand too, not just with bow makers. But it takes the intimidation away, so it's not quite so scary. You know what I mean? Because you look at the bow maker, you look at the bows, and you look at all the fancy. You use navy this fall. Oh, I know. I need to do that. I have used a lot of sage in my fall. Have you? Hey, there's Michelle from Design and Vine. How are you? She'll be on tonight. I think 10 o'clock. I think is what it was. So she'll be on after a while. You guys make sure you stay tuned and watch her. Okay, so I got that all on there. All right. Now, my gourd, my letters, I think I want to do my letters black. Okay. I'm going to use white to distress, but I really am thinking about going along these guys here. Now, I want to show you something too I didn't even think about when I was doing it. Something else you can do to like get your color out of your lines when you do this is it's better to do it when the paint's wet, which I didn't do, is to take like your little weeding tool or something and just go down the edges there. This didn't really cover them up, but you go down there and it just kind of pulls that paint out so it gets dark again, which, you know, you should do it when it's dry, not wait till when it's wet, not wait till it's dry. But that's another trick. I'm going to go ahead and go down them just because I started it. And that'll bring out your lettering or whatever you're wanting to, you know, still show through on your laser stuff. So you can use just about anything, a little stylus or anything that'll fit down in there. But see that? See, it's just making them just a tish darker so they stand out a little bit better. Because see, it's taking that ball of paint right out of that center. Now you got to be careful and not run it over into your, you know, your paint that you just did. But anyway, you guys get the idea. So I should have done that when that was wet, but I didn't. So I'm going to let this sit right here. And let's do our letters. I think I'm going to do our letters black so that they really, really stand out. I'm just going to grab another one of these guys. And I'm going to use just this rich black from it's Home Decor chalk paint. We don't have, oh, thank you. We don't have, our Walmart doesn't sell Waverly anymore, chalk paint. So I've had to switch over to the Folk Art. I like it just as well. I like it just as well. I mainly use chalk paint when I'm stenciling. Now, oops, I'm gonna blow this off or wipe it off. There we go. Because all the chunkies come out. And I usually put my chalk paint in the FIFO containers. The chalk paint that I use is the Rust-Oleum chalk with an ED on the end. And I buy it in the quart. Used to be about $14 a quart, but of course with everything going up, it's $22. But it's still cheaper with the I did the calculating, and it's a lot cheaper than buying a whole bunch of these little guys. So I do that, I put it in here, and I do it with mainly my colors that I use a lot, like red, pink, white, there's gray, but they don't have a real black color. They have a dark gray and a light gray. So I continue to use my black because I do a lot of stenciling with black, and I want the thicker paint. So I'm just using this little dauber here and going across these, just dab, dab, dab. I was saying that the other day when I was doing one, dab, 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 kind of like on Happy Gilmore when the golf pro was telling Adam Sandler about, his putting because he had trouble putting. Just tap, 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 tap. That's what that makes me think of it. Being a retired dental is that you have dental tools. Oh, Charlene, you know what? I just bought some and forgot about those. I just bought those at the, I laid them right here so I would remember. At the festival that we were at the other day, I bought the dental picks because they're they look like they're sharper and they seem to work better like when you're weeding and stuff. And I bought a little file set and a little bit bigger file set, So I bought some for work too. But yeah, yes, I forgot I had those. I even set them right there so I would remember. Shows how much I pay attention to what's going on. But anyway, but yeah, the Happy Gilmore movie. Yes, I like Adam Sandler. I think he's a funny little guy, and I like his movies and stuff. So I like movies in general. And I know that Hocus Pocus 2 came out last week. Anybody watch it? I have not watched it yet because I really want to watch it with my grown adult girls, but because we watched it so much when they were younger, I thought it would be fun to watch it with them. My granddaughters, they're 15 and 13. They live here with me, and they went ahead and watched it themselves. But I kind of want to watch it with my grown girls because we had the DVD and to be honest, I think we even had it on VHS. Not sure, not positive, but we probably did if it was that old. But we watched it over and over and over. Even when my granddaughters were little, used to put that on and watch it all the time. But I've heard a lot of people were disappointed in it. Watched it, it was okay, not as funny as the first. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's not as good. Now my granddaughter, she's 15. She said that she wanted him to sing some of the songs that they sang in the last one. And I tried to tell her, well, they usually don't, replay some of the songs. She said, well, they were really popular songs and everybody loves them. What's the first one that they sing? Come little children, whatever. I can't sing and I can't think of it, but she thought that they should have played a couple of those, and so she was disappointed that way. But that's okay. That's okay. Nothing is ever as good as the first, it's always the first one's the best. I was trying to think of another movie that they made, and it was like, oh, they should have stopped after the first one. I can't think of anything though. But it seems like it's always best just to stop after the first, especially when something is as popular as that. I mean, we were all looking forward to it, but what did we really expect, I mean, the storyline, it's got to be a different storyline. I don't know. I need to watch it. But I don't, like I said, I was wanting to watch it with them, but I don't think that's going to happen because, you know, they're grown adults and they work, and my youngest daughter has a 4-year-old, so her time is pretty busy, but it would be fun to sit down and watch together. I don't know if I can wait. I really want to see it because I want to form my own opinion before everybody that tells me that they didn't care for it makes that be my opinion, you know, before I watch it. You know how it is. People tell you stuff, and then so you already have an opinion. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't expect it to be as good as the first one. So, but there we go. See, that wasn't too bad. Takes a minute, but not too long. But what's good about doing the little stamping is I don't get it all over the sides. I don't have little piles of paint in the corners. You know how you get the little yucky paints, like pieces coming down over the sides, or like in the little corners here, you get a little chunk of paint. That's what's good about using the dauber. So you can just go over that like that. So let's put the lid on this because I am notorious for spilling things. And I'm going to sit these guys right over here to dry. Like that. Woohoo! You guys, we're just moving right along here. Let's make sure that's pretty dry. Okay, so now I have a couple options here. Like I said, I could go down and make those darker. What do you guys think? Should I make those a little bit darker because I'm going to dry brush white over the top? So I don't know. I can't decide if I want to do that. I'm going to dry brush across this too. I'm going to get my heat tool out here and make sure everything's real good because I don't want like I want the white to stand out on top, you know? So I can't decide if I should do those or not. Maybe we'll just leave them alone. You know? Probably should just leave them alone. Leave them alone. We haven't seen the second Top Gun yet. Yes, I did hear that one was good though. No, I have not seen that one either. Honestly, we don't watch a whole lot of movies. We don't go to the movies very much. My husband and I work a lot, and you know, we don't take the time to go do that. And then like TV time, you know, we record things like The Voice, Survivor, Big Brother. We like to watch drag racing, so we've got a couple shows of that we watch. And we try to fit that in, you know, and then like Netflix and stuff like that. I used to watch a lot of Netflix and things like that, but now all my time's taken up with watching all my friends, you know, watching crafters and getting ideas for fun stuff. So, but yeah, I heard that one was good too. So I think that's pretty darn dry. So I'm going to sit that right over here, and I'm going to get me in. That used up all these coffee filters, and I'm so glad because I had so many hanging out. Yep. Okay, let's get us a little, I'm just going to grab a little chippy brush. Now, I just clean mine, and they start looking a little creepy, but I think they're okay. I just keep using them over and over again. Now, I have left them lay and just thrown them away. You know, I don't go to a whole lot of effort to clean them. Let me just say that. Shift working overtime. I know I work a lot of overtime myself. So, and my husband does too. So, you know, it's life. But anyway, just throw these away after a while. You can I got a whole box of them. I'll just show you real quick here without killing myself. I bought a whole box of them, these little ones, these 1-inch ones at Arbor Freight the other day. And there are 36 of these guys in here. See this? There's 36 of these little puppies in there. It was $3.99. Now it was on sale at $3.99. So, and these are good for doing your dry brushing. If you're, you know, all kinds of good things. So, but I usually rewash them. So I don't need to now because I've got so many, but I do. So here we go. I don't know, you guys. I think you guys can see pretty good this direction like that. I think you can see my project and stuff and me still. I was trying to decide if we should landscape, you know. So maybe next time we'll landscape and see if we see anything else or see it any better. Can you guys, what I see, it looks like you guys can see pretty good. Looks like you guys can. Looks like you can. And again, I highly encourage you to go join the little community. The you know, it's got a lot, there's a lot of content over there and stuff. It's called the Crafty Creators Community, and I say it wrong every time, so that's why I looked over here, because I wrote it on my table so that I would say it the right way. Okay, so I got some paint on my brush, and I'm just getting it off. I'm taking it back off. You know, I don't want a whole lot on there. And here we go. And I'm going to just some places is going to be a little darker than others. And that's kind of the look that I want to get. But I want to go over the whole thing because it kind of tones down the brightness of this orange. You know, not that I don't like bright orange, but I do like it to be muted a little bit more. I'll show you what I mean. Now see how I've got white paint everywhere, but I've kind of brushed over the top of the orange too. And see how it just kind of muted that down a little bit. So it's not so, hello, here's some orange, you know. Like I said, not that there's anything at all wrong with that. It's just not what I was looking for. Now, when you're dry brushing, you know, do this way, do sideways, do all different directions so that you don't have, you know, like it looks like you're trying to put lines on your, I mean, you're trying to put lines, but you don't want it to look like lines. Does that make sense? So just kind of go all different directions, and it just kind of makes it look a little bit different. Go the same direction on this part, but I meant move your brush. See, like I've gone this way, I've done this way. Sometimes I kind of do it as an angle because it just kind of brushes it a little bit different. So just go across there like that. And see how cool that looks? And see, I'm thinking I'm going to dry brush this sage a little bit too. And maybe even our letters a little bit. But I'm also thinking we might want to dry brush a little bit of black on these too. So let's see what that's going to look like. Let me do this. Now here, I'm going to have to just barely touch it because I want some white on there so that it gives it a little bit of a dimension type of thing and also look like it's been around for a little bit. But I don't want, I'm not trying to cover it with the white. Does that make sense? So I can see it on there, but it's not like overpowering it, I guess you would say. I'm not really sure how to explain what I mean. But see how it kind of grabs the edges like that? And it just kind of makes it, outlines it. So it gives it just a little bit more dimension to it. So it doesn't just look like, you know, some plain old leaves there, you know? So here we go, here we go. There we go. I'm going to get a little bit more down here. And I do think we might go over, put a little bit of black on here. Why not? What's it going to hurt, right? What's it going to hurt? So there we go. There we go. Just a little something on there. I'm just going to sit that over there. And I think I'm going to go across my letters. I'm not going to like put a whole bunch on there. Just a little bit. Just so that it all looks the same. You know, like it's, see what I mean? So, you know, I kind of laugh, and, you know, a lot of my followers will attest to this. I have one idea in my head when I start, and I always just let the project talk to me and tell me what it's wanting me to do. And half the time, what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I do something completely different. That happens a lot. Something else that happens a lot, and I got those a little bit more pieces of, or more white on there. So I'm going to go back over my here so that they match. I don't want them to not match. Another thing that happens a lot is this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And then 10, 15 minutes before I'm getting ready to go live, it's like, no, I'm going to do this now. Or when I'm looking for the stuff I need to do a project, I see something that's like, oh, no, I want to do that. And so you just never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get for sure. So, but see how that just kind of looks. I think that looks kind of cool. But I do think we're going to just get just a tish of black out. Just a tish. And I have black right here on my little thing, and I'm just going to use the same brush, and I'm just going to add a little bit on there and just kind of put some, see, I'm not putting a lot, I'm just putting a little bit of black on here. And I think that just adds another element to the coloring. And I love to do backgrounds, and I love to do color. So I could sit here and play with this silly little gourd right here, this background on this gourd for hours. Just adding color, covering up color, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. That's just something that I like to do. And since I did it on that, let's do it on this. Let's see if we can get a little more black, just a tish, because it really will stand out on this green. But I don't want a whole lot on there. Just a little bit. How we do? Oh man, we're flying through here, aren't we? We might have to grab another project. I tell you, I can't ever plan right. I will plan something and have an extra project because I think I'm gonna get it done quick, and then I don't get it done. And then other days like this, we're just flying through this little thing right here, and probably gonna have to grab another project. That's perfectly fine. I have plenty. Yeah, you can always paint over it, sand it off. You don't like it? Get rid of it. You know, whatever. Now I'm going to tell you, this is the one that I cut out for me. And if you follow me like Luann does, I just got my laser probably about a month or so ago. So I'm still learning how to do the programming and stuff. And if you noticed, I'm off just a tish on the size of the front to the back. Since then, since I had cut this out for me, I cut another one out and I fixed it and lined it right up. So if you decided that you wanted to order something like that for me, that would be fixed. But isn't that going to look cool? That is going to look cool. So if you look down here and you say, hey, that's not lined up quite right. That's why. That's my fault. But there's no reason to throw it away because that doesn't bother me. I can line it up and make it how I want to make it. It's just a little bit bigger this way. So, you know, it doesn't hurt me. And I can show you guys how one way to paint this stuff just by doing this. So it's not a big deal. So anyway, yeah, you can always paint over it. You can always sand over it. I mean, there's all kinds of things. Now, normally I put my paint on those. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put it on these leaves here. Or not my paint, my glue. Okay. And then I'm going to go along the outside of my board right here because it doesn't touch everywhere. And I don't want it to drip all over the place. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of going along here like this. And I think I can line it up pretty good. So it does dry clear. So that is not an issue. If you get it on your fingers, just don't put your fingers together because you will glue your fingers together and it will wash off. So it might take a couple washings, but it does wash off. You don't know how many times I've walked around with paint on my fingers. Or not paint, glue. Gosh, I keep saying paint. Now look, see, I got a big wad of glue right there. Now why I went that far over on that, I don't know. I'm so silly. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm just going to wipe that off a little bit. And this paintbrush has a little rubber end on it. And I don't know why I put it way out there like that. Just so there's not a little blob there. But it will dry clear, so it won't be a big deal. And like I said, yours, if you order one of these, will be lined up right. This is just, I just messed up. Didn't notice it till after I painted it. Okay, or cut it out. So there we go. Isn't that cool? I think that looks adorable. I think it's adorable. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to put our oh my gourd. Oh my gourd. I think this is going to be so cute. And you don't have to put a ribbon on this. I think we're going to put a little bit of ribbon because I really like that green ribbon and I think it's going to look cute. But look at that. Look at that. So let's get some glue on these. Now this glue that I use, I like to use, whoops, don't drop it. I like to use this stick fast glue. It's a CA glue. It dries real quick. It dries clear, but it doesn't dry so fast that, you know, you can't move your project around just a little bit if you don't get it exactly in the right spot. You know, so see, like I could sit it there and it's not like stuck. I've got time to kind of wiggle it around a little bit and move it. So that's why I like this glue. So, and if you do order some of this stick fast glue, they have a thin formula. Make sure you get the medium or the thick. I recommend the thick. I'm trying to use up this medium, but I did order me some thick, and it's even better. It's like a thicker gel, so it doesn't, this doesn't drip on you, but it does move just a little bit. You know, oh, you're having computer issues. That stinks. I thought I was going to have computer issues. Hello, Bethwin. But you want it to be to stay in place and not run a little bit. This does run just a smidge. It's a lot better than the thin, but the thick, which I had never tried the thick, and I ordered some. It stays. See how it stays in place? Like if you're using super glue, it would like be running on my fingers and stuff like that. So this works great, but the thick works even better. So I guess you could say this is good, and then the thick one is better. How's that? Best, good, best, better, best, good. I don't know. Whatever order you put those in. So, but look, see, they're stuck. They're on there. They're on there. And what's good about using this instead of using your hot glue gun is because you need to work quick, because that dries quickly, and you don't want your letters to be sticking up, you know, where you didn't get it down on there all the way. But in a pinch, you could use that. Just kind of put it on thin and work as quickly as you can to get it on there. But there we go. Looky there. I think he turned out really cute. Oh my gourd. That is adorable. That is adorable. And I think I just want to do just a little fun little bow right here. I'm not sure though. I'm not positive if I want to. I'm not sold on it yet. Not sold on it yet. So let's just cut some ribbon. Let's just cut some ribbon. And I just want to make, this is big pieces of ribbon, but we're still going to try to make it small. So I'm going to cut like 2 pieces of this, you know, because I just want a little guy. I don't want a big one. So I'm going to dovetail this just so that it looks fancy. I feel like it's fancy when you dovetail it. I don't know. Is it fancy? I feel like it is. But like I said, we're just making it small. So I'll make this one about the same. About right here. You go from the wire down or from the center up. Okay, that's how you remember to do it. Go towards the wire. I guess you want to go up towards the wire. Okay, now see how small I made that? Because see, I just want a little guy there. So maybe, you know what? Maybe we just want to do this. Maybe. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Okay, so let's get our jute. Where's my jute? It's on my table. It's right here. Let's get a piece of it out. Looks like I need to order some more, don't I? So let's get it. That's got a little ugly piece in it. See that? How it's got that little big piece in there? I'm just going to throw that away. I don't want that. I don't want that on my project. So right there. And right like that. Let's see what this looks like. So if we took this and let's go ahead and dovetail these small ones. Let's just see what it looks like, right, ladies? Right. Okay. I am thinking that we could take this and fold it in half and then accordion it, kind of like this, maybe. I am just playing. It's literally playing here. Now I want to make sure that the outside edges go down so they're not towards the front there. And then we're just going to tie this around here. I'm going to see what this looks like. I don't know. If we don't like it, we'll untie it, right? We'll do something different. Okay. So there we go. Now to do it tight by myself here. I need a third hand. Anybody got it? Can somebody come over here and give me a hand? There we go. I'm just going to kind of pull that kind of tight. We'll see what it looks like. Now I'm going to go around it again in case it decides to want to break at one spot. And then tie a little knot right here. Now we could put like a little button in the center, but I don't know if a button would be good on this project. Or we could make another little bow and put in the center of this. But I was just kind of thinking that looks kind of cute. Let's see. Now, like I said, I'm taking a bow making class, and they have, and I didn't know this, but you know how they have the Bodabra? That's kind of cute. I think I want to make the green a little bit smaller, the little greens here. But the Bodabra, which I don't have, I have one ordered because after watching her make some stuff on it, it's like, oh, I think I need that one too. But the Bodabra has a mini Bodabra. I guess a lot of people that make hair bows use the mini Bodabra. So you can make a little baby bow with that. So there, that looks a little bit better. It's just something kind of cute right there. Nothing fancy. And I don't think I need to put anything in the center. I think it looks fine with the jute right there. I think it looks fine. Just something cute, just to add a little something on here. Like there we go. See, what do you guys think? It matches enough. Not perfect, but it does match enough. Now I could have taken some orange and put in. I could have, would have, and should have. Right? We can do that. Do that to our projects, and just keep going, you know, go forever. Now, I'm not going to toss this ribbon that I cut, you guys, because I love me some ribbon, and there's going to be something along the way that I'm going to be able to do with that. So I'm not going to toss it, and I just used my hot glue and put it on here. So I think he looks kind of cute, just something a little different on there, right there like that. Now, my handle, or my hanger. I could have this sit like on a plate stand if I wanted to. If I was going to do that, make sure you paint the back. You could hang it in a wreath situation because it is a smaller one. Or we could put a little hanger on it. So let's just put a little hanger on here. And I'm going to reach right over here behind me. And I'm going to grab a tongue depressor. I've already cut on it once. My lips are chapped, you guys. But we're going to take a piece of jute, another piece of jute. Now, a lot of times when I make my hangers, I have some really thick jute. Let me show it to you. I have some really thick, and I'll use that a lot of times. But I think with this little project, because it's, you know, it's kind of dainty, I kind of want the thinner jute. And I'm going to make it so that it's kind of behind the bow a little bit so it doesn't show a whole lot. Okay? So here's how I decide where to put it. I just take my fingers and pinch, and I kind of hold the sign up because, like, if I'm over here, I'm going to see that it's crooked. See that? So I just kind of pinch and hold and decide about where my middle is, because where I think my middle is and a lot of times where the middle is sometimes two different things. So I'm just going to put this on here about like that, and we're just going to put a string of hot glue and put the jute down in the glue, and then I'm going to reinforce it with that. I mean, it's nothing fancy. I know you guys have probably seen people do this before, but that just helps hold it on there a little bit better than just the this glue, because it's going to go across like that, and it will cover more. Oh, goodness sakes. Cover more area that's glued. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of that. Okay. Now I'm going to put some glue on here. Now, I burnt myself a couple summers ago real bad doing this right here, holding onto that like that, and it just kind of flipped out of my hand and burnt me pretty good. So be very careful when you're doing that. I'm just going to kind of hold it down so that it's down on the board. Of course, it can't be perfect. Ribbon is my kryptonite. I have a bow maker, watch videos, and I still don't like the way they come out. You know what, Luann? You should take that bow making class with us. Lisa from Heart's Desire is doing it over on Facebook. It's all this week. And I am the same way. I had all these bow makers. I didn't have the Bodabra, but I can show you. I got 2 of them down there. I had the Easy Bow and then another one that's a little bit bigger. And I could not make bows. I mean, I had an order last Christmas for some door hangers. And the lady wanted 2 big, huge bows on it with greenery and all that kind of fancy stuff. And I said, yeah, I can make that. I worked on those bows until I wanted to scream. And I just could not get them to look right at all. And so I went to Hobby Lobby and bought pre-made bows. I bought bows already made and just put them on there. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, so there we go. Here's our little project. Isn't he cute? So cute. So cute. I just love it. I think it turned out really, really well. We got about 15 minutes still. So, but anyway, if you're interested, you have the Bodabra? Yeah. And they have a mini. Monday, she taught us to use the Bodabra. And I wasn't going to buy the Bodabra because I thought, I've got the other 2. Well, I need the Bodabra now too. Because she's making it look so easy, so simple, and so much fun that I've got to have it. I've got to have it. Now, you guys, I want to show you guys something real quick. I made this little sign. I made this little board not too long ago. I used furring strips, which means that they are they're 1x2s. See, right there. They're 1x2s, but they're not planed and nice. So I painted them brown, and see how it is all, it's hairy, I guess you could say. See all the hair and stuff on there? I love this little sign. So here's what I thought. We got some new, I'm going to reach right down here, you guys. I'm right here. I'm going to reach right down here because we got our new Christmas stencils in from Essential Stencil. And I'm going to reach down here, and we are going to grab something and put in the middle of this. Because I think it would just be cute. Just be really cute right here. So I'm thinking these penguins maybe. No, let's still do the penguins. Maybe some Christmas ornaments in here. See what I mean? Or we could just do, ooh, I like this one. I like this one. This one has, I haven't even opened this box yet. Yeah, I know, it's hairy. It's got fuzzy stuff on it. So let's put Holly Jolly in this truck. Okay, let's put those on there, and I'm gonna just hang this. It's just something in the house, Now, when you're stenciling over something that is this bumpy, holy, and crazy, it's gonna be crazy. We might just put the Christmas tree on there because those thin guys on top of this. So it may turn out to be crazy. But anyway, I cut these boards right here. There's 5 boards, and then I put a couple little other hairy boards and stapled them on top, and it just makes a kind of a cute thing. Now you could use this as a picture frame. You could put a little clip here or here and hang a picture on it or something like that. But let's just do this. Why not, right? Why not? I have 2 more fall projects. I know I haven't started Christmas myself either. I feel like we need to acknowledge Thanksgiving and stuff, but I know in the craft world, everybody has gone ahead and started. Some people have started doing Christmas and things like that, but so I haven't really done anything. So this is kind of my first one here, and we're just gonna do it, put it together real quick. Now I'm just gonna use that Barn Red paint, and I'm just gonna grab one of my stencil brushes right here. So my biggest thing is I like Halloween decorations, and I love all the Halloween stuff. And not that I like scary things, but I like the Halloween stuff. The witches stuff and different things like that you can get and you can make and things. So I can't ever get done with my Halloween. So, which I need to. Like these little ghosts right here. See, those are cute. I love those. And there's 100 more. silly little projects like that I want to do. But it's, it's September. Or no, it's October. Gosh. It's October, and so we need to switch to full-fledged fall and start filling in with some Christmas stuff, We need to. But I don't want to. So there we go. See that? And it's because it's in those slats and stuff. See, that looks it looks rustic like that. So it doesn't look, perfect or anything. So that turned out real cute. Let's just put a little Christmas tree right here. We could do him in green and just put a little Christmas tree. So let me grab some green paint over here. One of these days, my legs are gonna give out on my chair. Now let's see what I picked out. I picked out new shamrock. That looks good. All right, and I'm just gonna put, when you're stenciling, I'm just gonna put a little bit of paint on here. That was way too much. I do not need that much. Let me grab me a stencil brush right there. I don't know why I do this, but I feel like I have to do that. It loosens up my brush. Yeah, the reds turned out pretty good. Just got this. I know. I love the brushes. They are amazing. Did you get the plaid looking ones? Yeah. These. There was some in here in this stack I had. No, those aren't. Well, yeah. There's that one, and then there's also the what's that called? Argyle that's in here. That you put this on and then you put this on top of it and it looks like argyle. See that? I can't wait to do that. Cannot wait. Now I've opened that box, opened it up and kind of looked through it, but I didn't put it away. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do Christmas yet. Now I'm going to have to do Christmas. You guys talked me into it. But anyway, you put the paint on your brush, all right? And then you want to just swirl it because you want the paint up in the bristles, not on the ends, because you want it to be fairly dry. That helps with your bleed through. Now, if you're doing a project like I'm doing, that you have little, you have a hairy board, and you have these slats and stuff, you're probably gonna get a little bit of bleed through. But when you are doing something that's rustic like this, don't fret the small stuff. It's okay. Now I'm going to cover up that star because I think we might want to go over the star with some yellow. So I'm just putting that there. Now you could just take a piece of cardboard and hold on there if you wanted to see how you just kind of just put it on. Just do it. Don't push. Do not push down. Just let the brush do its thing. Just kind of brush right over the top of that. Just like that, and fill in that center. Now, I didn't do it this way, but normally you should probably, start in the middle, because then if you have too much on your brush, it'll come, you can get it right off. But look how fast, quick, and easy this project is doing this. You don't have to, I'm not even going to worry about it. You don't, it goes quick, it's fast, and you've got a pretty little design on here. Now, I have a little baby stencil brush that is not Essential Stencil that I probably got it probably got it over at, let's use this bright yellow. It is called Macaroni Yellow. That does look like macaroni a little bit. But I use it when I'm doing this. Now see how long the bristles are on there? In proportion to how long it is on this one. Okay? They're about the same length as on this one, but this being shorter, they should probably be a little bit shorter because they're really flimsy. So what I like to do on these brushes that I feel like are flimsy, put way too much paint out there again, is I'll get some paint on my brush, or on the end of my brush, just like I do here. Okay, I work it up into the bristles right there. And remember, I'm not using chalk paint, so my paint's a little bit more runny. Now what I'll do here is I'll just stipple. That way I know that it's just going to sit right there on top and not possibly go down underneath my stencil. Because that's what happens. When your bristles are too soft or too long, they get underneath the stencil, and then that's when you have the little bit of bleed through. But don't worry about bleed through, you guys. If you get a little bit of bleed through, your project just turned into like an older project, a shabby chic-y looking project, a project that looks like it's been around. You had to control yourself and order just a few. I understand that. So I get carried away with it. I love them. I love the stuff. Okay, so see how fast and quick and easy that was? And all this is painted, it's stained brown. I used stain, Minwax stain. Dry brushed it, and then look right there. We've got a cute little holiday just sitting like in the back of our corner of our table. What I'll probably do is dry brush the back of this, and I might put that like on a little plate stand, and it could just like be sitting in the corner, or you could sit it on the floor against the leg of a table or something like that. But it's just kind of a quick, fast, easy little fun project that didn't take us very long to do. Not very long at all. So even if we had to dry brush it and all that it didn't take us very long. So I'm going to grab this stuff right here. So I'm going to have to go clean my brushes here in a little bit. Right there. I'm not real good about cleaning my stencils every single time. I try to, but I do try to make sure that my brushes get clean. But I'm going to show you guys real quick, since we have about 5 minutes, how quick and easy these stencils are to clean. Because I can show you. Now, if you see me take my tape off and go right over here, I stick my tape on this little cart right here that's metal, because a lot of times I'll reuse the tape because I just used it for a second. I didn't use it a whole bunch. So yes, we got 5 minutes. So real quick, while I'm wiping this off. Now, good old awesome works great, especially if you have, if you left just paint on your stencil. Sometimes it's a little rougher to clean off. Disinfectant wipe. Look at that. Boop, boop, boop. You just got to be careful and be mindful of the little bridges and things like that. So while I'm wiping this down, and then I'll show you guys my projects again real quick. Up next, is Tammy still going to be on with her? Your computer's sick. Oh, pixie spray. I've never heard of that. What is pixie spray? You're going to have to tell me about that. Okay, now make sure you get the back, because obviously I just got, it ran through the back there, and sometimes you have little pieces on there. You just kind of wipe it off. Usually I do mine in the sink, and usually my thing's clean too. I got paint all over it too. But I usually just do mine in the sink. I kind of wipe it off, and then I run it under water. There you go. And see how it's still red in the corners and stuff? You guys don't fret that. You can get that out if you want to spend the time. I don't worry about it. So see how quick and easy and fast that is? Now when you're doing something like this Christmas tree, see how it has all these little crazy pieces out there? You've got to be careful, and you got to go the direction that those are. Because if I go back and I roll one up, then I'm going to be mad at myself. So you just kind of work with the stencil the direction that it is. See what I'm saying? So you guys, we have about 3 minutes. Up in my description is the link to go follow the Crafty Creators community. You guys go check them out. Up next is, you're right. I forgot about that. I don't ever use that. I just either tape it down or hold it down with my hand. But I can see in some applications that would be nice. I can see that. So I've got a lot of other paint on my little board, but see right there. Don't put them back together wet either. Make sure that they get good and dry, because then when you open them up again, it's still going to be wet because it's plastic, and that's kind of yucky. Okay, so, oh, thank you, Luann. You're awesome. Okay, so I want to thank Tammy, Kristy, Michelle from Design and Vines. Tammy is from Crafty Pete's. Kristy's from Kristy's Crafty Cottage. Okay, Crafty Creators Community is the group you want to go join, so you can follow everybody. There is a group on Facebook, and there is a group on YouTube. Wednesdays they do YouTube stuff, and I hope to keep joining them. In a couple weeks I'll be back to join them. I absolutely love doing this, and I like working with everybody. Everybody is so sweet over here, and so we made this. Oh my gourd! Isn't that cute? I think it's cute. And I did cut it out on my laser, and it will be on my website in probably about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go eat supper, and then we did this real quick. So, you guys, go check out I think Tammy's going to be with Annie Jones. Annie Jones. Why can't I say that? But according to the schedule, they were going to be together. So go to the Crafty Creators community and join there. Yes. Oh, yay! So go join there, and you can just follow along. It's all right there. It's all being shared in there. So to be honest, I don't know if you just like refresh on YouTube. I think you do. When you're in a group, you just refresh, and then you can keep watching people. So, but anyway, you guys, I greatly appreciate you guys being here, and I hope you have a great rest of the night and an even better tomorrow, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. And there we go.